A child custody evaluation can include psychological assessment of the other parent in order to determine, what's really going on with them. Do they need therapy? Do they need medication? Do they need a rehab program? If they're unwilling to get help, does random drug and alcohol testing need to be ordered in order to determine whether they have an issue, whether they're able to stay sober? Do they need to test before they have parenting time with the kids to make sure that they're sober? Do they need that supervisor to be there to make sure that the contact with the kids is safe and in the kids' best interest? It can feel like a lot of pressure and a big weight on you to have to make sure that your kids are safe on your own without anyone else's help, right? You've probably had to do that for a long time so far, and it's been weighing on you, and it's stressful because you don't want to take the other parent's kids away from him or her. That's not the role you want to play. And I understand that completely. But unfortunately, part of this process to make sure your kids are safe is going to involve hiring an attorney so that attorney can be the bad guy, and file the paperwork that's needed and get the judge's attention in order to make sure your kids are safe. And keep in mind that oftentimes in these custody cases, you will need to do mediation with the court. There's a mediator appointed by the court that you and the other parent will meet with to figure out if you can reach agreements on custody before anything is escalated. So if the other parent wants to be transparent and admit maybe she or he has an issue and needs to get help and wants to agree to get help or wants to agree to do weekly therapy, wants to agree to take steps in order to improve his or her behavior or well-being so that he or she can be the best parent possible for your kids, that's great. It doesn't need to wind up in a courtroom with a judge making orders, but just keep in mind it's not up to you, right? It's going to be up to that other parent to decide that he or she's ready to get help and do the right thing to be the best parent for your kids.